Have you ever been in a conversation and suddenly your mind goes blank? You don't know what to say next, the other person is waiting, you feel awkward, and you just wish you knew the right words to keep talking.
That happens to everyone, even people who look confident. The good news is, conversation is a skill, and like any skill, you can learn it.
Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're talking about something really important for your career and your life: how to have better conversations, especially if you're just starting out.
Yes, and this episode is for students, fresh graduates, or anyone who feels a bit lost when talking to people at work or in interviews.
By the end of this episode, you'll have simple ways to start conversations, keep them going, and feel more confident when you talk to anyone.
So let's start with the big question. Why do conversations feel so hard sometimes?
Right. I think many people worry too much. They think they need to say something smart or interesting.
Exactly, but that pressure makes it worse. The truth is, good conversations are not about being smart. They're about being curious and present.
What do you mean by present?
Present means you're really listening. You're not thinking about what to say next while the other person is talking. You're actually paying attention to their words.
Oh, I see. So it's more about listening than talking.
Yes, most people think conversation is about talking well, but really it's about listening well.
That makes sense. But what if someone asks you a question and you don't know how to answer?
Then be honest. You can say, "That's a good question. Let me think for a second." Or you can say, "I'm not sure, but I think." People respect honesty more than fake confidence.
So it's okay to pause and think.
Absolutely. A short pause is better than filling the space with nervous words.
Okay, so listening is important, but how do you actually start a conversation, especially with someone you don't know well?
Great question. Starting is often the hardest part, but there's a simple trick. Ask an easy question.
Like what?
Something related to the moment. For example, if you're at a company event, you can say, "Is this your first time here?" Or if you're in a meeting, you can say, "How long have you been working on this project?"
Oh, so not something too personal.
Exactly. Keep it light and simple. The goal is just to open the door. The conversation will build from there.
What about small talk? A lot of people find that boring or uncomfortable.
I understand, but small talk is actually very useful. It's like a warm-up. You're not trying to have a deep conversation right away. You're just building trust and comfort.
So it's like a bridge.
Yes, a bridge. Small talk helps you move from being strangers to being comfortable enough to talk about real things.
That's a nice way to think about it. What are some good small talk topics?
Safe topics are things like the weather, travel, food, or work in general. For example, how was your weekend? Or have you been to this part of the city before?
Simple and safe.
Yes, avoid heavy topics like politics, religion, or money when you're just starting. Those can make people uncomfortable.
Makes sense. Now, once the conversation starts, how do you keep it going? That's where I get stuck sometimes.
Here's the secret. Use follow-up questions.
What do you mean?
Let's say someone tells you, "I just started a new job." Don't just say, "Oh, cool." Ask something like, "What kind of work are you doing?" Or, "How are you liking it so far?"
So you're showing interest.
Exactly. People love to talk when they feel someone is interested, and your follow-up questions show that you care.
That sounds easy. But what if the other person gives short answers, like just yes or no?
Then you can share something about yourself. For example, if you ask, "Do you like your job?" and they say, "It's okay," you can say, "I feel the same about mine sometimes. What do you find most challenging?"
Oh, so you keep the door open by sharing your own experience.
Yes, conversation is like a game of catch. You throw the ball, they throw it back. If they don't throw it back, you throw it again in a different way.
I like that. Okay, let me share a quick story. I think it will help people understand this better.
Go ahead.
So there was a guy named Habib. He just graduated and got his first job. On his first day, he had to join a team lunch. He was really nervous. He didn't know anyone.
That's a common situation.
Yes. So Habib sat quietly at the table. He didn't say anything. He thought people would think he's boring. But then he remembered one simple rule: ask one question.
Good.
So he turned to the person next to him and asked, "How long have you been with the company?" The person smiled and said, "About 2 years." Then Habib asked, What's the best part of working here?
Nice follow-up question.
Yes, and the person started talking. They shared stories. Soon, other people at the table joined the conversation. By the end of lunch, Habib felt relaxed. He realized that starting wasn't as hard as he thought.
That's a perfect example. Habib didn't try to be impressive, he just asked a simple question and listened.
Exactly, and that's something anyone can do.
Yes, and it's important to remember that most people are also nervous. They're also hoping someone will start the conversation.
So if you take that first step, you're actually helping everyone.
Absolutely. Now, let's talk about some practical tips, things you can use right away.
Yes, please. I think people need clear actions they can take.
Okay, first tip, use the person's name.
Why is that important?
Because people like hearing their own name, it makes the conversation feel personal and warm. So when someone introduces themselves, repeat their name. Say, "Nice to meet you, Sarah." Or later in the conversation, say, "Sarah, what do you think about this?"
That's simple but powerful.
It is. Second tip, smile and make eye contact.
Even if you're nervous?
Especially if you're nervous. A smile shows you're friendly. Eye contact shows you're listening. You don't have to stare, just look at the person naturally when they're talking.
Okay, what's the third tip?
Third tip, avoid one-word answers.
What do you mean?
If someone asks, "Did you have a good weekend?" don't just say yes. Say, "Yes, I went hiking with some friends. It was really nice." Now the other person has something to respond to.
So give a little more information.
Exactly. Not too much, just a little detail. It keeps the conversation moving.
That's helpful. What's the fourth tip?
Fourth tip, don't interrupt.
That seems obvious.
It does, but many people do it without realizing. They get excited and want to share their own story, but interrupting makes the other person feel unheard.
So wait for them to finish their thought.
Yes, let them finish their thought, then respond. It's a sign of respect.
Good point. Is there a fifth tip?
Yes, fifth tip, end the conversation gracefully.
How do you do that?
You don't want to just walk away suddenly. So say something like, "It was really nice talking to you. I hope we can chat again soon." Or, "I should get back to work, but thank you for the conversation."
So you're being polite and clear.
Exactly. And if you want to stay connected, you can say, "Can I add you on LinkedIn?" Or, "Do you have a business card?"
That's a smooth way to end.
Yes, it leaves a good impression.
These tips are really practical. I think anyone can use them.
That's the goal. Conversation doesn't have to be complicated. You just need a few simple habits.
Now, I want to talk about something many beginners worry about. What if you say something awkward or make a mistake?
Then you're human. Everyone says awkward things sometimes.
But it feels so embarrassing.
It does in the moment, but here's the truth. People forget quickly. They're too busy thinking about their own lives.
So we worry more than we need to.
Yes, and if you do say something awkward, then just laugh it off. Say, "Sorry, that didn't come out right." Or move on to a new topic. Don't dwell on it.
So don't overthink.
Exactly. Overthinking kills confidence. Just be yourself and keep going.
What about conversations in professional settings, like job interviews or networking events? Are they different?
They are a bit more formal, but the basics are the same. Listen well, ask questions, be respectful.
What's one thing to remember for job interviews?
Answer the question clearly, but also show your personality. Don't be a robot. It's okay to smile, to show enthusiasm, to be human.
So don't try to be perfect.
Right. Employers want to see the real you. They want to know if you'll fit with the team.
That takes some pressure off.
It should. And for networking events, remember that everyone is there for the same reason, to meet people. So don't be shy. Walk up to someone and introduce yourself.
What if they're already talking to someone else?
Wait for a natural pause, then say, "Hi, I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm new here. Do you mind if I join you?" Most people will say yes.
That's polite and confident.
Yes, and if they say they're in the middle of something, just say, "No problem, nice to meet you," and move on. No hard feelings.
Okay, so let's recap. What are the key things we want people to remember from today?
First, good conversations are about listening, not just talking. Be present and curious.
Second, start with simple questions. Don't overthink it. Just ask something easy and friendly.
Third, use follow-up questions to keep the conversation going. Show that you're interested.
And fourth, don't be afraid of mistakes. Everyone says awkward things. Just keep going.
Exactly. The more you practice, the easier it gets.
I want to add one more thing. Be kind to yourself. If you're not great at conversations yet, that's okay. You're learning.
That's important. Confidence comes from practice, not perfection.
So where can people practice?
Everywhere. Start small. Practice with a cashier at a coffee shop. Say, "How's your day going?" Practice with a classmate or coworker. Ask them about their weekend.
So look for small opportunities every day.
Yes, each small conversation builds your skill and your confidence.
I love that. Before we finish, I want to share one last thought.
Go ahead.
Conversations are how we connect with people, and connections are how we build our careers and our lives. So learning to talk to people is one of the most valuable skills you can have.
Absolutely. It's not just about networking or interviews, it's about building real relationships.
And relationships open doors. They bring opportunities. They make work more enjoyable.
Yes, so don't see conversation as a chore. See it as a way to learn, to grow, and to connect.
That's a beautiful way to think about it.
And remember, you don't have to be the most talkative person in the room, you just have to be genuine.
Be yourself. Listen well. Ask questions. That's really all you need.
Exactly.
Okay, so here's what I want you to do after this episode. Think about one conversation you want to have this week. Maybe it's with a coworker, maybe it's with someone new. And use one tip we talked about today.
Just one, that's all. Try it and see what happens.
And if it goes well, try another tip next time.
Small steps lead to big progress.
Thank you so much for listening today. We hope this episode gave you some confidence and some practical ideas.
If you enjoyed this, make sure to listen to our next episode. We'll talk about how to handle difficult conversations at work.
That's going to be a good one. Until then, take care of yourself. And remember, you're doing better than you think.
Keep learning, keep growing, and keep showing up. We'll talk to you next time.
Bye for now.
Bye.